I want you to know that I pursued this. I went to their customer service line and I explained to them how rude their counter person or counter manager was. And you know what she said? You'll really get a kick out of this. She said, "Hey, you're Italian, just be rude back." Hey everybody, I've been traveling all my life. I can recall when I was younger, in my 20s, I had business reasons to go flying. I was quite the jet setter actually. Just to say that I had times in my life when I was flying around quite a bit, and then when the children came and we did the homesteading thing, of course that died down and we stopped doing it. And we decided to go abroad and we started doing it again. So, I'm not somebody that's never traveled and never been in planes and this kind of thing. So we did go to Mexico, we flew there, we flew a lot of other places. And when we came out here to Ecuador, we did quite a bit of travel. We've flown to Quito and we've flown to Panama, and then we went to Europe. So we did quite a bit of travel. And so with that background, I wanted to say that I've had, a variety of different experiences, most of them pretty typical of flying. Most of the flying has always been pretty standard and pretty good. And, occasionally, like one time they tried to bump me on a flight and I said, no way, I wouldn't do it. And nowadays, on YouTube, you see all these stories, these crazy stories that happen to people. Nowadays, the stories with airlines just makes it just makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up, and it just makes you wonder about what this world's coming to. But I have very good memories of flying and traveling, so that's why I decided to make this video on, I have to say, the worst flying or travel experience I've ever had in my entire life. And remember, I was flying in my 20s, so for business reasons. It's not just a matter of being bumped or missing a flight or something like that. And I've dealt with companies in the States where customer service is, in most cases it's pretty good. I'm just, with sadness, bring you this video that I've had to have this awful experience with ALITALIA. The thing about ALITALIA is that they've been insolvent practically for decades. Can you imagine a business that's insolvent for decades? The thing is that their CEO has pictures of himself with collector Ferraris while the airline is insolvent. And that tells you everything, right? That's Italy for you. I made a different video about Italy, and I talked about how the Italian government takes advantage of Italians through their utility bills and such. I have to tell you, ALITALIA is actually owned by the Italian government. That right there should tell you everything. that right there, just, if you know anything about the Italian government, that just explains everything. But it's not just that they canceled our flight, it's that they canceled our flight and then didn't give us our money back. They whitewashed it. Not only did they cancel the flight, whitewashed it, didn't give us our money back, but the person that came out to talk to us was very rude. Now, when I want you to know that I pursued this. I went to their customer service line and I explained to them how rude their counter person or counter manager was. And you know what she said? You'll really get a kick out of this. She said, "Hey, you're Italian, just be rude back." I'll tell you, I've had my times when I've been frustrated and then later wished I wasn't rude, but that wasn't one of them. I was not rude to them. And just as an aside, whenever you wanted to get on the phone with customer service, it usually took at least an hour to an hour and a half of waiting time for them to get on the phone each time. So you have to add all that in. Plus, when you get your trip canceled, then you got to go back to the hotel and you got to still do the 50 euro taxis back and forth. So it's not just the airline tickets. So there's a big tab there that they are liable for. So the customer service made it sound like we were going to get our money back, and it's been since last summer. It's been like 7 months. It's been 7 months we haven't heard from them and haven't seen a penny. We don't believe we're going to see a penny from them. But Alitalia really just knocked it out of the ballpark as far as failing. I mean, they didn't just fail on one account. You know, they surprised us by not letting us fly. They didn't give us our money. This is 4 tickets. They were rude about it. And they told us, customer service told us we should have been rude back. So and then when you look at the fact that their CEO has pictures of himself with with this collector Ferrari sports cars, it's just mind-boggling. I'm sorry to have to share this bad experience. It's not just a bad experience. La-di-da, run-of-the-mill bad experiences is one thing, but I have never, ever, ever in my whole life of traveling been treated this way from a company, let alone an airline.
Yeah, we're on a little plane leaving Malta.
You want to bump somebody, give them their money back, but this is awful. Again, it doesn't surprise me one bit, being that this is an Italian-owned, Italian government, excuse me, not Italian, but Italian government. There's a distinction here. There's the Italians, and then there's the Italian government. There's Italy, the land, and then there's the Italian government. So the Italian government, and Alitalia in particular, they gave us the kind of experience that makes us it would make somebody never want to fly again, and especially with Alitalia, never ever want to use a company like Alitalia again. Just seeing the CEO's picture with his collector Ferraris while they're stealing people's money, their customers, would-be customers, is enough to make anyone's blood boil. So I hope I've encouraged you to understand that bankrupt companies, bankrupt airlines are not a good place to be shopping, to be making your purchases, and especially government-run airlines, and especially Alitalia. I would definitely not recommend Alitalia to anyone for the rest of my life. They have we gave them no reason. We were never rude to them, even though we were told to be rude by their own customer service. We never did do it. So just to be completely transparent, I guess I'm not perfect after all, but hey, I thought you'd want to know, and is that a dream breaker for you? Let us know in the comments. I think you can get to Italy probably with other airlines, but I have to say 2020 was a pretty rough year. We had other incidents in 2020 with other airlines, but still, with the other airlines, we have the possibility that we may still get our money back, although we haven't seen it. So it just really makes one just think twice, And so we've said in other videos that we're going to quit traveling. But you fool me once, shame on you, and you fool me twice, shame shame on me. And that was twice, and that's for 4 people. So this is big money, and all in 1 year. And so Alitalia, you might as well just go totally bankrupt and go out of business. Thanks for coming to the channel, and thanks for watching. And all right, thanks for staying with me, and have a nice day.